Hi, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here then welcome. My name is Rachel Jane, I am 27 and I am married, and together my husband and I have a beautiful daughter who is almost 19 months now, and her name is Georgia. But today I have a really lovely day planned. I have firstly my cousin's baby gender reveal, which is super exciting, and then we have a kind of hour's journey from that venue to get a quick change and then out to another friend's wedding. So I thought, why don't I do a little come get ready with me since I look like this. So just to fill you in, I have had my shower. I had a tan done the other day, which was Bondi Sands tan, and actually it's really beautiful. It's turned out a really beautiful colour, and I had that done in the ID lab in Renfrew. I also got a full set of acrylic extensions, if you can see them, which are really beautiful. They're kind of blends of red, rose gold, and this was the same colour with a little dusting over it, if you can see. Yeah, so it goes a lovely colour. So originally I was wearing a red and pink dress, but I have panicked and changed my mind at the last minute as usual. So I'm now wearing a Jenny Packham navy dress with kind of embellished shoulders, and because of that I now have to sort this barnet. Usually I would just wear my hair kind of down and big and bouncy, but today I am going back to the ID lab. Luckily they had some space, and I'm going to get my hair put up. So I'm going to moisturise, get my skin ready, shove some clothes on, and let's get going to the hairdressers. So for my skin, usually I would use my micellar water from Garnier, but for whatever reason I can't find my cotton pads, so I'm just going to use some face wipes from Primark, nothing exciting. As I say, I washed my hair last night because I'm getting my hair up. I don't want it to be too soft, and I have really soft, fine hair, but just lots of it. So I put leggings on, a jumper, and it's like a big stretchy neck, so I can take it off quite quickly. I also wear a jumper because I don't want to put a bra on in case I get marks on my tan either. So a wee pair of socks, trainers, and we'll head off. So I'm just back from getting my hair up and I absolutely love it. I wanted something big and messy, nothing too contrived, so I'll have a wee look. So it was really nice, she was super quick, and it was £20, so yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I just need to get on with my makeup now. First of all, I'm going to start with my eyes. As I said previously, I like quite dramatic makeup, so if I start with my eyes, any fallout you get underneath we can wipe away, and then get on with the hiding the skin. It's pretty bad just now actually, it's quite sore. This one just decided, obviously because I had a big thing today, to pop out and say hi, which is kind of it. So yeah, I've got my music on in the background, I hope that's okay as well. So we have sold our flat. We moved out on the 25th of January and I'm now staying at mum and dad's. We have kind of reserved the house. It was like an early bird deal. So we pay like half reservation, like plot reservation fee just now, and when they release the prices of the houses, then we'll pay the other remaining plot price and then put our deposit down. People keep getting freaked out when I tell them that we don't know the price of our house yet because it's not been released, but when I say that I mean that it's because they've not released it yet, so they don't really know the price of the house yet, but we know what it'll be from and what it'll be to. So we know the highest price it'll be, and we know that that's okay, kind of thing. So it's like the worst, whatever the worst case scenario price wise is, that's still okay with us. So hopefully, if anything, it'll be slightly less than that. But we have reserved I keep thinking it's so noisy in this room. Get the window open and I'll get music on. I'm sorry if it's not very clear. We have reserved a 4-bedroom detached with a detached garage house in a place called Hawkhead, which is kind of, I think it technically is still Paisley. It's just before what I would say is paisley. It used to be a chemical paint factory or something like that years ago, and they've demolished it, treated the ground, and they're now building. So it's Miller Homes that we've bought with. It's the site is going to be Miller Homes and Taylor Wimpey. Miller have the biggest allowance. They've got something like 500 houses, and then Taylor Wimpey have something like 200 and something. So it'll be a huge estate. It'll take a long time until it's completely completed. It'll be, that's the dog. I don't even know if you can hear this, like the noises. That's our dog. He's another. He's absolutely lovely, but the minute someone walks like in a, I don't know, 4 mile radius of the house, he goes off his dinger. Yeah, so it'll take a good while to be completed. We are the first phase, and the first phase consists of 20 houses, one of which is the sales office and 2 are show homes, so they'll be up as soon as possible. I take it they'll probably start with them, unless they do a few at a time. I don't really know how it all works. We've been told that once the ball gets rolling, we'll get called in and we'll have a chat with the foreman and the site manager and all this kind of thing to talk about the real nitty gritty bits and like the level of the land and all these kinds of things. Proper sizes, like we've got a rough idea, but we don't have the actual nitty gritty, as I say, like where plug sockets are going to be, where light sockets are going to be, all these kinds of things. So hopefully it shouldn't be too long. I had a phone call from the salesman the other day who said that they were moving out. They were working at a hotel for a while, obviously because there's not a show home or a sales office on site. So that's where we went. Do you remember, if you follow my Instagram, you'll remember that I was camping out in the hotel and all that, like a nutter, to reserve it. So we got the house we wanted. So now they're no longer there. Their contract's finished in the hotel and they're away to head office. And he said that they reckon they'll be ready for release at the end of February, beginning of March. But it's happened quite a few times. They keep pushing it back. We don't really know why. Martin thinks that because Miller have got so many developments across the central belt of Scotland just now, that they're waiting to kind of tie them up and then get into this estate, which to be fair makes a lot of sense. There is one locally, not too far in Barhead, that's very nearly done. So I think once they've done there, it'll be the same boys that are working in Hawkhead and they'd be contracted to there. So it makes sense. They've told us that the worst case scenario will be September, October, which sounds like it's ages away, but it's really not that. It's not that bad. It'll be here. I know, like once they start building, we'll start getting a bit impatient, and I do know that once the house is standing, but they're doing like the electrics and all that kind of stuff inside, that's when I'll start to get like, hurry up, like, because I can see it, but it's obviously not ready yet. Anyway, that is where we are just now. So there's not a brick in the ground yet. Yeah, we kind of have an idea. It's not going to be anything wacky. We're quite kind of mainstream when it comes to our kind of style. So your everyday silvers and greys and white tones, nice and clean and fresh style. I keep for some reason thinking of purples and lilacs for George's room. I don't really know why. Little Darlings on Instagram that does my branding, she's got a really nice little print set thing that's 3 prints with like a swan and stuff on it, and it's kind of lilac colours, and I think that's maybe what I kind of got in my head, that I like that and I like that kind of tone, so I'm thinking about that for her. And what we were, again, if you follow my Instagram, you'll know that Georgia climbed out our cot just before we moved and fell, and I kept thinking, oh, maybe this is her trying to tell me she wants in her big girl room, like a big girl bed, but she's actually not done it since. I think whenever she's not put her sleep sack on, she's going to try and make an escape for it. So we thought it's a big enough change coming to Mum and Dad's that there's no point in really upsetting her more with kind of more changes and taking the sides off her cot. So she's fine in her cot just now. As long as she's in a sleepy bag, then she's not going anywhere. She's not climbing out the sides. So once we move house, then she'll be moving into a big girl room and into a single bed and all the rest of it. So that's what we're going to do. That's the plan. Excuse me. So I've just put my pomade, which is Ilamasca pomade, on my brows, and some Ilamasca OMG, I think it's called. Yeah, OMG highlighter, which I bought for my hen party, which was what, 3 years ago, and it's still going strong. So that's fine. And this is my Morphe palette, I think it's 3502. Yeah, let me see it there. 3502. And yeah, let's see. I always go into this because it's so warm tones that I kind of start here and I keep wanting to go here, but then I'm a bit scared. I really want kind of nice and warm. This is my dress, by the way. Push that back, you can see. This is my dress, if you can see it. So it's navy and it's got the embellished shoulders and a kind of ruffly bit and a ruffle on the bum. So maybe not warm tonight, I'll just go browns, I think, browns and darks. Kind of neutral, but glam. That is a thing. So yeah, everyone else seems to be a wee bit more stressed than we are. I think Martin's starting to get a bit impatient because at the end of the day, we have paid a bit of money. I mean, it wasn't much, it was like £200 or something, £250. But still, at the end of the day, we have put money down. We haven't put the actual deposit down, so there's actually no ties there. So if it keeps getting pushed off, then possibly we could look elsewhere for the house. But I feel like in my head, that's where we've decided we're going. And every time I mention it and mention that her school will be Todd Home, yeah, everyone seems to go, oh god, that's a really good school, you'll be lucky, you'll be glad you're getting in there, and all the rest of it. And our high school will be the grammar as well. So all these kind of things are bonuses to me, and there's nowhere else really that I'd fancy moving to. There's lots of new developments in and around Glasgow just now, but a lot of them are at like the other end of the city, which I'm not moving to. Do you not think girls always just want to stay with their mums kind of thing? So yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. We'll get there. And even what I was saying to Martin is they're saying worst case scenario will be September, October. Even if they were to start in like April, that's still doable. So we just need to be a wee bit patient. Anyway, he's joined the local golf course. He's joined Ralston Golf Course as well, so there's no point in changing your mind now and signed up to a contract. If you don't do your makeup this way, by the way, like doing your eyes first, I completely understand that this will look mental. Like, it never looks good until the end. I'm just using Morphe fluffy brushes and kind of building. So I've got a highlighter and then the lightest shade, and now I'm going in with, I don't even know the names of these. What's this one? Spice it's called. And just, I've also got very hooded eyes. You can see like there's just so much skin that's horrible. I hate it. So I kind of put it in on where my socket would be, and then I need to open my eyes to blend it out. So it's also exciting today. So I've got this wedding tonight, but I'm going to my cousin's baby gender reveal. I've never been to a gender reveal, but I'm very excited about it. I am certain it's a wee baby girl. Absolutely certain. So we'll soon find out. I've just changed my brush to be like an even fluffier one just to help blend it a little bit. Don't be scared to really blend the edge out, because I'm going to wipe this all away anyway, so it's fine. This is why you don't want to do your foundation first. I really like this palette. My sister bought it for my Christmas, and it's lovely. It is so buildable. You just keep going over and over the different colours, and yet it's still really pigmented. Beautiful. So I've been saying on my Instagram as well, like, see, since we've moved, we came in here, I feel a bit kind of, when it comes to YouTube and Instagram. It's as if you've kind of fallen out the way of it. But I was talking to someone online, just another girl, and she was saying it's probably because it's not, like, it sounds so cheesy, but it's not your own space, so then you don't feel as creative as you were before, and I think she's totally right. So I thought this would be a good way to kickstart me into making my wee videos again, getting edited, and doing the video. I don't want to do videos just because it's a trend or just because that's what everyone seems to be watching just now. I always like to do ones that I would sit and watch anyway, and I love getting ready with me videos, but recently I've not really had anywhere to be going to have the time to get ready anyway. Like, it's always like a quick slap of makeup on and off we go. So yeah, this is quite exciting to be back at it. If there's anything that you would like to see, please message below because I do need ideas. I was also saying that I've still to do my breastfeeding tips and my my what's it called? My birth story. I keep coming and going with that. Like, it's quite personal anyway. A lot of people do already know. And then the other thing with breastfeeding is you get people that, I don't want anyone ever thinking that I'm like a breastfeeding warrior. Like, yes, I breastfed, and yes, I do think breast is best, but that's only because it's scientifically proven that it is. I don't push my views onto other people, like, and I don't, like, Georgia now gets formula. I'm not set in my ways that it's either breast or nothing. Like, I think as long as that baby's fed, then that's fine. So I'm kind of nervous to do a breastfeeding video, and I know that even if I do a kind of, not a disclaimer, that's a bit harsh, but what I'm saying, like, if I even say at the beginning that this is how I feel and that I don't believe that every baby should be breastfed, I still think you'll get, like, because people are nutters, like, you'll end up getting a backlash a wee bit. So I'm a bit nervous to do that, but if that's something that you would like to see, then please do message. Because I had a really wonderful breastfeeding journey. I think quite often people talk about it being really difficult and hard and struggling, and which I totally get. Like, I was just lucky that I never had mastitis, or I had quite a strong flow of milk. I had quite a large supply, so I did have it lucky, but I also done quite a lot of things to help keep that up. So if that's something you're interested in and you would like to know more about, then let me know below or message me on Instagram and I'll create a wee video. So you can kind of see how, like, the colours are here, but when I open my eyes, there's hardly anything there. This colour, this light is dreadful because it does not look like that in the mirror. I don't know why it looks so red in this camera. A bit better, I've got my ring light on. It's just a little mini one, but it's getting me a bit better light. See what I'm doing. Not really sure how much I'm enjoying this, but it'll do. So Martin's wee brother has Georgia today. Martin's just away dropping her off, and he's taken her to the zoo. It's the first time she's ever been to the zoo, which is super cute. His girlfriend's actually expecting, which is super exciting as well. So Georgia's in for the fright of her life. She's the first grandchild on both sides, which is all going to change now. So the 11th of June she's due. So it's dead exciting to have another wee baby in the family. I'm looking forward to it. So they're going to get some practice in and have Georgia overnight. This is the first time she'll stay with her Uncle Andy. She's never stayed with him. She was meant to stay with them a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when we were going somewhere. What were we going out for? Oh, it was my sister's birthday. We were all going to the pub, but that was the night when Georgia was really poorly. And it's not fair. It's not fair the first time, and it's not fair for her. It's not fair. No, I wouldn't have liked to have left her anyway. So all the plans changed, and this is our first sleepover now, wee slumber party. But I'm sure she'll have a great time. I always feel bad because I've never been one of these mums that's like, oh, I'm so nervous to leave them. Like, obviously I was right at the beginning. I had to leave Georgia for a long time, and she was only like 5-6 weeks or something for a wedding, which I was never really happy about. But it kind of threw you in the deep end that happened, and anything else is a bonus. Like, anything after that was then a doddle because it's not what was it, 3 days or something. So I'm kind of not happy with this, but I'm just going to kind of tidy it up a little bit and see if that helps make it look less mental. I don't like that concealer either, to be fair. Revolution rubbish. I quite like, see your good old stick from Rimmel concealer. I quite like that. The best for me, I feel, is Boying from Benefit. That was Benefit, but I actually ran out. It's quite thick though, that's why I like it, because my skin's so bad, but it might be too thick for other people. What is this skin? It's horrible. So bad. Right, I'm going in with a little thinner brush and doing a little bit of black and burgundy mixed together. I've got the Defected radio on in the background. That's always kind of what I listen to in the back. I just put it on YouTube and it's on. I love Defected. Kind of doing these in the corners. more on this side. Oh, I keep thinking of Shannon's. Shannon's the one that's getting married today. She'll be like, ready? What time is it? 11:45? I think the wedding's at 2. We're nighttime guests, so as I say, I'm going to my cousin's gender reveal and then heading off to the wedding. But yeah, she must be getting ready. She must be dead nervous. She'll be a beautiful bride. She's absolutely gorgeous. They're such a beautiful couple as well. She's such a lovely girl. I've known William from years, from school and things. His dad, I'm sure his dad or his uncle went to school with my dad. They were in the same year. It was lovely, so nice. I love a good wedding. This is the same place, if you remember, my friend Kirsten had her hen party in like a lodge. This is the same hotel. And my other friend, one of my best friends, Nicola, is getting married here in September, so it's dead exciting. Get to see it all set up for a wedding, see what it will be like for Nick's. It's a beautiful venue. If you follow Ash over in Mumma.Murray, she had her hen party in one of these lodges as well. Beautiful. So nice. They do loads of really good offers as well, so if you're looking for like a break, I think Martin and I are maybe going to book one soon. Do you know, like, as much as we're staying here, nothing, like my mum's saying, once the baby's down, she's down and she's not bothering all the rest of it, and that's fine. But even just us sitting in the living room, like, I want mum and dad to fully relax. I know they are and everything. Nothing genuinely has been a bother. Everything's been absolutely fine. We're all taking turns having dinner and stuff, or making dinner. But you still want them to have a wee break and us to have a wee break, so these special offers and stuff that come in, and It Is On and all the rest of it, we're going to have a wee look at them and book a wee overnight stay at some point. Give everyone a wee break and a wee freshen up. The only thing that I've felt is it does put a bit of a pressure on your relationship. Not that there's any problems or anything, like absolutely everything is fine, but you can't just have a wee snuggle, or you can't, like, the other night when Martin came home from work, he was like wanting, as he would come home and have a kiss, but I feel like my dad's sitting there, like, kiss me in front of my dad. So a wee break would be nice. A wee relax. Hopefully we're looking at ones, we've got a nice wee spa or something that we can, don't necessarily need to have treatments, but even just a wee sauna and a steam room, a wee jacuzzi, it'll be lovely. So I've just put a little bit of foundation to cut the crease like half, kind of, and then I'll use one of these glittery ones. I think I'm going to go with this kind of rose goldy one because it kind of goes quite nice with my nails. Not that absolutely anyone will notice, but, or this one maybe, that one's quite nice. And it is quite warm, so yeah, let's go for that. So I'm just waiting for that to set a wee bit. It's going kind of tacky. It's not over as much on that side. And then, yeah, let's go for this. So this one is Sizzle, I think it's called. Yeah, go for Sizzle. You can see it. Look at her face. This is the worst camera for focusing ever. Right. That's way too similar. Let's try the pinky one. Just kind of pat it on a wee bit. We've got one in the work that is by Peaches and Cream from Liverpool, who are amazing. I actually went on a training with my sister to one of their master classes. So good. They travel about, or you can go to them in Liverpool. They came up, the one I went to was in Edinburgh, but if you get the chance to, definitely go along. Like, even if you're not, like, I'm not even really a full beauty therapist, but even if you're not even in the trade, like, just for yourself to learn wee tips and things, it's fab. They're really informative, and they're not the kind of, like, sometimes you go to these places and it's all, you need to use our stuff, you need to use that, and it's all like super expensive stuff. Some of our stuff was super cheap, but their own products are beautiful. Anyway, we've got the kind of loose pigments from them, and there's one called Gatsby that's it's actually like this, you can see like the kind of gold, super shimmery. Really, really nice. That would have been perfect on that. So just so that's not hugely mental, buff it out. So I feel like this is coming on, and I absolutely know that this is not everyone's cup of tea. This isn't a tutorial, as I say, this is just me getting ready. Also usually do my makeup really quite quick, but Martin's away dropping Georgia off, so I'm kind of taking the time to do it. Why not? I love taking my time getting ready, but you never really get the chance to now you're a mum, or I'm a mum. So I go between two primers. The Too Faced Primed and Poreless, which I really, really like. Skin Smoothing Face Primer. It's really good. It smells nice, but it goes on, it feels like satin. It's so nice. And I've got the Illamasqua, I don't even know what this one's called, Radiance Veil. It's got its little spoon on the top. And if you can see inside, it's like a little pot that's full of the shimmery one. This is the Radiance one, as I said. The other one is just matte. I think it's matte. I don't know if it makes your skin matte, but it's definitely not got any shimmer or anything in it. It's just the primer. This one, if you put it on, you kind of look like a robot. Super shimmery all over. But I think I'll do Too Faced today. I might put a little bit of this like underneath as a highlighter almost. But I'm going to use my primed and poreless first. There's not much left of this actually. That's my podcast talking. Sorry if it's noisy. Good old Sandra Vine. So if you can see it there, it's like a really matte, moussey. So nice. What's this dog like? Butter. He's been so good with the baby. The two of them are like thick as thieves, they're best of friends. Every time you pull out her high chair, your tail goes like the clappers.
Heads up if you're going Miami. Divine Sounds are throwing a rooftop party at the Langford, and Defected will be throwing a pool party at the Epic Hotel. So excited for that. A week long of partying in the sun is going to be nice. To find out all the ticket
my hair. I'm so pleased with my hair. I can't believe it's super quick as well.
On all socials,
I'm really impressed with this salon.
Heading back to 2014 now for my forgotten gem.
Okay.
This is Poncho Warwick and Wally Calirio.
I always keep a little towel when I'm doing my makeup. Don't know if anyone else does. To wipe my hands, to kind of dust off my brushes if I'm going back in. That you can see it's gross. Like that's it. It's fresh, like clean today, but that's only from today's makeup. Put a little bit of this on to show you, but I don't want to do too much. I do like it. I'll do it like where I would put highlighter, and you'll maybe be able to see what I'm talking about. There's Radiance Veil that I wore in my wedding makeups. As I say, my skin's so bad, it's usually much drier than this. So I never get that kind of dewy glow, which I would absolutely die for, but you need to shave about 9 layers of my skin off to get to a decent bit of skin that'll be worth glowing about. You see it in there? See it on this side? It's actually really nice. So, and it goes like a little goes a long way, so this will last donkeys. Right. I am going in with my Born This Way Too Faced. I'm trying to block out Too Faces. It's Too Faced Born This Way. Mine is actually porcelain. I got matched at the counter to make sure I got the right one. And he was like, I know porcelain sounds really pale, but it's exactly what you are. So you're better going off, for me anyway, I'm better having the colour that I am without a tan. And then I just use this Sleek Makeup liquid foundation, Life Proof it's called, and just put like a little, it's a bit much, but a kind of dod, you can see, and then just mix them together. So 9 times out of 10 I'm not wearing tan, so at least I can do this and match it up. So I kind of roughly cover. And then I'll go back over with my sponge to kind of blend everything in. I was taught when I was really young to always start foundation from your forehead down because you need more coverage up here than you do down at your mouth, but with me it is the absolute opposite. Most of my spots are on my cheek, my jawline from like hormones and stuff, kind of here down, so I always start the opposite way. I don't feel like my forehead's that bad. It definitely needs Botox, but too much going on just now for that. You kind of want to make sure you get in the corners without damaging your makeup. A little makeup sponge. I just get these wee ones from Primark. It was like £1 for a bag of 30 or something stupid, so they really are disposable. Just use it once and bin it away. Again, especially with my skin, you don't want to kind of cross-contaminate stuff even on myself, because it's just going to cause more spots. I do have a tan on, but because it's a big night, I'm just going to kind of put makeup over my ears to blend that in as well. Get as close to my powder. I'm going to put more powder, like eyeshadow, under my eyes and sort this kind of sharp line, so it doesn't matter how close I get. If I kind of overlap a little, I'm going to go back over my eyes. So yeah, for the next wee while, this will be me and Martin's bedroom. So most of my videos will be here. The light's not good at all in here, so you just need to put up with that. My skin is horrible. Right, I need to go over a wee bit more. This is the good thing about the Too Faced foundation, it's so buildable. So you can put layer upon layer, which is my kind of thing. Loads of people had recommended double wear to me, but actually I didn't like it. I felt it was quite cakey. This doesn't feel cakey as much as it's thick. It's the same, it's almost similar to Ilamasca Skin Base, if you've ever used that, or Skin Base. But I've been dying to use, I've always used Too Faced for years and years, like back in the lip injection days. So when they first brought this out, I was dead excited, but it was only in America. But Silverburn Debenhams have now got a stand, so I got matched and Martin kindly treated me for my Christmas. Where's my wee? It's the one I've done the black with. Here it's here. What I'll do is a little bit of one of the lighter tones first, and then I'll do the black. Right, we're kind of taking that out, and I'll use the, I think I'll use the burgundy rather than the black. That kind of blended. I like this mix. Do we know who it is? I hate that that's the only thing with the Sam Divine podcast that annoys me. On YouTube anyway, it doesn't tell you what song's on. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a, can you see that? There's like the list. But it doesn't have like a wee dot or a wee colour or something to who's playing just now. I don't actually really listen to her when she's talking. And that's rude. But my other dilemma is I've got lashes here, but do I chance it, because you know what it's like, you always do them and get yourself in a pickle and then it ends up a disaster, your makeup starts running and all that. But I think this look would be nice with a wee pair of lashes. We'll see. I need to fix my eyebrows anyway. Oh, this is Maybelline Kohl eyeliner. It's actually so down that I don't even know the name of it, but it's Maybelline something drama. Ultra black something drama. It was Peaches and Cream that recommended this at their training, and it is fab. Sometimes you get black Kohl eyeliners and it's like grey or something. This is so super flat, obviously ultra black, but yeah, it's like a crayon.
This next one is on the Garage Classics playlist. I said a little bit earlier on Spotify.
Let's see who's just talking about.
Definitely worth checking this out. Originally released in '93, it appears on Armand Van Helden's House Masters compilation. Here it is then. This is his remix of Tonja Damsler in
Armand Van Damsler. So the last one must have been Acid Screen. I like that. I don't know if people are funny with Kohl eyeliner, but I think it makes a look, for me anyway, up top as well, so I'm just going to go in, but some people are a bit funny with eyeballs. That sounds like Marty Party back, dropping the baby off. May come in. And he will get a fright because he sees the camera up. I hope I don't cry at any point today because, wow, that'll be a lot of black. So this one's just melted matte, the other one was melted metallic. They're just melted lipsticks, but they're so nice. And this one's Cool Girl or something. Yeah. Cool Girl it's called. This is I wear it all the time. Excuse me. So I'll kind of let that dry. It's matte, so it will go drier. And I'll go for my liner again. I want to make my brows a bit sharper.
Reba started doing the biz, absolute weapage material on that one.
Weapage.
A brand new remix to add to the already heavy package of David Penn and Floor Pan. That was the lovely Sophie Lloyd featuring James Brown calling out the Reba Star Warehouse.
I'd love to go to that.
Let us know what tracks you're digging.
The Defected Festival in Croatia. Dreams.
Throw it out to you guys over the next few weeks. Hit me up on Instagram, Sam Divine DJ, and tag me in your gems. Have a great time. Whatever.
That's like goals for your 30th, isn't
I'll
it?
leave you now with our
Yeah, that's an idea.
Joe Corti with Thinking, and this is on Better Listen.
I'm just going back over these because I've done them kind of subtly. So this one's done, this one's not. Just when I do like extra powder, like the dust from it can get in and kind of lightens them up. You don't look as tidy. Again, I do like dramatic makeup. Like kind of like, think of a drag queen. That's kind of. I think when you realise the brands I use Illamasqua, I use Too Faced. Okay, I get my vibe. Very tidy. Right. We're getting there, we're getting there. Now I need to decide what I'm wearing to this gender reveal thing, because if I wear jeans I'll end up getting my legs marked like for going to the wedding, and then that's not really a good look, is it? Let's just kind of cover that up. But this all seems to be warming up a little bit. Go back over with my lip liner. Don't know why, but I like to contour my lips, so I kind of shade in halfway. And I've got quite full lips anyway, but this just makes them look a little bigger without getting filler or anything. Now I do like the way this looks anyway, but I'm going to put like a bit of gloss on it. I think I might leave that until, yeah, I think I'll put gloss on for the wedding. I'll keep it off just now for the gender reveal. So a wee bit of setting powder. This is just a translucent Rimmel powder. I still feel like I could be more bronzed, but so mascara, we're going with Too Faced Better Than Sex is the best mascara you'll ever have. Fact. You'll never get a better one. Goodness me. The brush head is nice and chunky, but I'll do one eye and I'll show you because it's amazing. So this has been voted the best mascara. I don't know if it's in the world or if it was just in America, but whatever it was huge. They've released a waterproof one as well, which I actually haven't tried yet. But you know, last Christmas I got 4 of these because everyone knows how much I go on about it and how much I love it. So I've actually not had to buy one in forever. It's a bit more expensive than your kind of run-of-the-mill mascara. It's like £19 I think, but it's worth every single penny. This is why I'm thinking I don't need lashes on as such, because it's just the bee's knees. Your lashes don't go clumpy with this, but I like to just doubly make sure because there's nothing worse than like spider's legs lashes. Look at me. That's right. Let me show you. So obviously this one doesn't have mascara on yet. This one does. Can you see the difference? How good is that? I actually don't think I'll bother with lashes because it'll just mess it up. I'm rubbish at doing them. And that looks nice and full. Don't know why I didn't do this all along. Right. So this is the Elamasco OMG highlighter again. So that's what I've put under my brows and in the corners of the eyes. So I'm just going to do it on like my foundation now. My mum always hates when I do that. She always thinks I look like a cartoon character like Bambi or something. And then just a kind of light dusting. Kind of arches your brows. And then I've got a little tiny brush. This is the same one that I used for up here. I do it if you pout, a wee cupid bow. fine with me. I'm quite happy with that. I want to blend that wee corner. So I see it in this ring light, it's just quite it's just quite sharp. I don't want to ruin the blend either, but I just want it to be just as severe. I think the thing is when you're doing smoky eyes, especially with lots of dark colours, you just need to have the confidence to do it. Just play about a wee bit, don't be scared. Because you're only ever going to do the same thing over and over again if you're worried about it or you're scared. And I think once you know what works for you, then it makes life easier. Like, as I say, it's easier for me to do it and then build it up when my eyes are open, because they're so bloody hooded. So there we are, quite happy with that. So I just need to now get some kind of outfit to wear to the gender reveal, and then I'll come home, freshen up a little bit, put my dress on, and we'll go to the wedding.